Hello guys, Fred here from Pro Tennis Trader. I hope you're well. In this video, I'm going to show you the one tennis trading stats that you should be using if you want to stand a chance of making long-term profits with your tennis trading. Now, let me just throw out a little disclaimer here. By watching this video alone, I'm not suggesting that you will make money. You need to have knowledge and experience of using strategies that work, along with all the other components that make up a successful trader. But when you bring all of these components together, you will find that by incorporating this stat into the rest of your analysis, you will find it will make a huge difference to your profits. Now, first off, let me just put it out there that if you do want to be a successful tennis trader, or indeed any type of trader, then you do need to incorporate some degree of analysis into your trading. Now, if someone tells you otherwise, well, then that's up to you whether you believe them or not. The truth is in the pudding. I'm a full-time tennis trader and have been for around 15 years now. Now, I have produced other trading analysis videos which are on my YouTube channel, so please do take a look at those after watching this one, as I delve into how to interpret other stats that are also important in tennis trading. Okay, so to kick things off, there are essentially two types of analysis that you should be carrying out when entering into a tennis trade. And these are, first of all, pre-match analysis, and secondly, in-play analysis. With your pre-match analysis, you want to be looking at how the two players shape up against each other in terms of their individual stats and, of course, their recent form. And with your in-play analysis, you want to get an indication of what is going on in the moment in real time. Pre-match analysis is important, but in-play analysis is imperative as you want to know how the players are performing. Now, it may be that one of the players is having a particularly bad day, or maybe they've picked up an injury. Pre-match analysis is not going to help you with this. Only in-play analysis, along with actually watching the match, which I will always insist on doing if you want to be successful. Okay, so let's first of all take a look at pre-match analysis. So if you see my other videos on analysis, you will see that I go over some of the major things that you should be looking at, such as how the players rank in terms of their service performance, head-to-head results between the players, their recent form in, say, their last 5 to 10 matches, and how they have been performing in these recent matches. So how well they've served, first serve percentage, double faults, break points converted, break points saved. These are all important stats. But the one stat that you should not be ignoring with your pre-match trading analysis is total points won. So why is this? Well, very often you can scan through past results of a specific player and just see a loss and maybe think, okay, that's a loss. So that goes down as a negative in your mind and your analysis. Now, in terms of the tournament that player is playing in and his or her ranking, yes, of course, it has a negative impact. But in terms of your research, you cannot simply accept a loss as having a negative impact on your decision on whether or not to trade a certain player. You have to look at the stats, and the total points won is a great indicator of this. Now let me show you an example. So let's say that we are carrying out some research on Sebastian Korda. We head over to Flash Scores and I want to get an indication of recent performance. Now, I generally only suggest going back up to a maximum of 10 matches, but I am going to go further back and you'll see why in just a moment. So for the purposes of this video, I'm purely going to focus on the total points won stat. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Sebastian Korda because we're looking to possibly trade him in a match coming up today. So we want to get a clear indication of what's been going on in his previous matches. So we'll see here his last match was a loss. So that was, he lost that love 2. So let's have a look at the stats. And as I said, we're purely going to be focusing on the total points won. So he only won 42% of that, which is that's a fair loss. It's not a major loss, but that's a fair loss at 42%. Korda versus Musetti, another love 2 loss. Let's have a look at this one. If we scroll down, 45%, again, that's around about a fair loss. That can still go down as a loss. If we have a look, we're not going to go through all of these. That would get a bit tedious, but let's have a look at Fritz v Korda. Again, another love 2 loss. But can this realistically go down as a loss? Let's have a look. So total points won. So that's a bit closer, 47%. He won 47% of the total points in that match. We scroll down further. So this will be an interesting one against Nadal. Now this was back in March when Nadal beat Korda 2-1. So let's take a look at these stats here. Scroll down to total points won. So that's very interesting. Nadal has beaten him 2-1, but Korda has actually won 49% of the total points in that match. So although it was a loss from Korda, will it really go down as a loss in your trading analysis? If we scroll down further here, let's take a look at Norrie versus Korda. Again, another 2-1 loss. I have a feeling this one's going to be pretty close. Hit the stats again and scroll down to the total points won. And just look at that. He's lost the match 2-1, but he's actually won 50% of the total points. So in your analysis, will that really go down as a loss? He's actually won 50% of the total points, which is quite incredible. So you can see just how important this stat is with pre-match analysis. But what about in-play analysis? Now, for those of you that have followed my strategies, you will see that I mostly enter into trades in the second set, as of course, this is where we get the best value. So if we are entering into a trade in the second set, we have the advantage of seeing the first set play out and also having access to the first set stats. So if we take a look at the match between Greek Sport and Opelka, which was a match we traded in Platinum Traders just recently, we can see that Opelka took the first set and had a second set starting price of 1.10. So if we could enter into a lay trade on Opelka at 1.10 and see Greek Sport take this second set, then we are in the monies. But before just jumping in, it's important to check the stats. Okay, so let's take a look at how this first set played out between Greek Sport and Opelka. So we'll see here that in the point side of things, Greek Sport was broken twice in this first set, and Opelka was broken once. But of course, that doesn't tell us a lot. We need to take a look at these stats. So we have a look at the service stats. Opelka is smashing it there with 7 aces versus 2 aces from Greek Sport. First serve percentage, Greek Sport has actually got the higher first serves going in, but Opelka's winning more of his first serves. Now this is to be expected if he has won this first set. So at this stage, I was kind of 50-50 whether to enter into a trade in the second set or not. Bearing in mind we have got great prices, a lay price of 1.10 on Opelka. So when I take a look at the total points won, we can see there that Greek Sport actually won 46% of the total points in the first set. Now for me, the kind of threshold is around the 40% mark. If he's only won 40% or less, then I've really got to take a look at the other stats. But for me, this 46% of total points won in the first set gave me the green light to trade the second set, which Greek Sport went on to win, giving me 5.5 points profit. So this stat is of course equally as useful when indicating to us to avoid entering into a trade or giving us the red light, so to speak. So let's take a look at the match between Andujar and Sousa. Now this was a match that I was keen to enter into a trade backing Andujar as a drifting favourite. His starting price for the match was 1.57, and so technically probability would have been on our side to back him in the second set. However, this is precisely why you cannot simply go by pricing and scoring alone. So we'll see here in the first set, he only dropped 2 service games. So he was broken, Andujar was broken twice in the first set, which on its own is not a major alarm bell. If we go on to the stats, we'll see in set 1, okay, Sousa had 4 aces. Andujar's first serve percentage was not great at 48%, so Sousa has got the upper hand here. So I'm, sort of leaning towards the idea of not backing him, but I'm still considering the fact, he is the drifting favourite. He had a starting price of 1.57, therefore probability is on our side. However, when we scroll down and have a look at total points won in this first set, we'll see that he only won 31% of the total points in the first set. Now this is a major alarm bell and a red light signal not to trade in the second set. And of course, this paid off because of course Sousa won the second set very easily. So we would have lost our money. So you can see from these examples just how important this stat is. It should not be used solely on its own without taking in other stats, but it should 100% be incorporated into your trading analysis if you want to become a long-term profitable tennis trader. Now, if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.